How much do you think Tahu goes for these days? $1,000? $10,000? $20,000? $1,000? No, not really. It's $10, maybe $20 if you're lucky. But I have one from when they were $10 in the store. So let's talk about it, shall we? So this is a Generation 1 Bionicle. This is the Tahu, which were the good guys. And this is the big one to get. This is the fire one, the big, strong leader of the entire team. And he's got like 33 pieces, and he was mostly made in Denmark. But you can see his eyes in the mask right there glowing at this angle. Just any amount of light prismatically reflects through this brain piece, and it's a good effect. He's got a big gear on the back to operate the arm, and you can see that is definitely a Technic-related product from LEGO. Doesn't scream LEGO the same way that other sets from the 2000s did. But in 2001, this was a big deal. Orange had only just been released 2 years prior, maybe. And, of course, the red is everywhere. And he screams fire, and he's got the giant fire sword. It's the size of 3 minifigures stacked on top of each other. And he's got this gun hand gun claw thing. As far as articulation goes, it's limited, honestly. He's got a foot, or an ankle, I guess, really, and then he's got one at the hip here, and the same on the other side. He's got a shoulder, and then a hand. That one's got a lot of range, and I mean, all of these do, except for the legs, kind of. The hip. The hip is kind of my least favorite. You've also got it on this hand, no hand on this arm, but whatever. That one's got the gear power action cutting, which was also used for kicking, depending on which Tahu you had. And mine's super dusty and grody because it's my actual one from 21 years ago. Holy crap, you can drink. Anyways, I always kept mine in a configuration similar to this because it allowed for a lot more mobility of his legs. He could actually run. But I know to Bionicle purists, that's heresy, so we'll put him back in the approved LEGO state, and I think that's fine. It's not the worst. He's got some forward and backward from his legs. He also has out, which is probably more important for stance, but you don't lose that much out turning it the other way anyways. It also gives him a little bit more height. You're losing, I don't know, about a brick of height in LEGO units, less than an inch, couple centimeters maybe of height if you switch those around, but it's not a big deal. The fun part is the masks were of course interchangeable, so you could get hundreds of these little things in all kinds of colors and give them all kinds of different powers. The bare face is still kind of creepy, but the glowing eyes are what really makes it cool. Let's talk about the masks though for a second. So if you were cool like me back in the day, you, of course, bought extra masks. So he came with the one, but I, of course, had to get the silver one. I got it through a random pack, to be fair, but just clips right into place, and that's the almost full power Tahu. But, of course, you had other ones like this cool one from, Green Lua, maybe? And he still looks cool. No matter which one you put on him, he's going to look cool. Real quick before we continue, the only LEGO stud connection on them is the back of the mask here is the size of a stud. So you can just put anything you want there. And theoretically, you can just put a stud in his mouth. So I guess there's 2 connections that are LEGO system. But, it's fine. This was always one of my favorite ones because it was just really alien looking. The chin going back and stuff, and a lot of them had a lot more protection on the mask. But anyways, masks were cool. That was the thing that most of the good guys could wear different masks, and then you kind of imagine the powers for them or whatever. I assume that there's a official source of approved powers and masks and what they all did, but I didn't have access to that in 2002, 2001, whenever I got this. So I just think he's really neat. He sits next to my Jin Urso on my shelf as some kind of menacing elf deities that report back to Santa would, but I don't think he talks to anyone. He seems like he's got probably really bad depression. It's a lot of weight saving the entire Lego company and Metro Nui. So I'm sure he did the best he could, though. A lot of people will say that Bionicle saved the Lego company from bankruptcy in the 2000s, but that's a completely different video. So it's a 33-piece set. That's a sub poly bag. You would have paid $10 if you got these at full retail, I believe. So not a great value, but they're big pieces, so that makes up for it. Not piece count value, but bulk value. And of course, having an actual gimmicky that was cool as hell. So I don't know what else to tell you about him other than I should probably clean him up. So follow my Instagram to see if I ever actually wash this dirty Tahu. That's it. That's the video. Support your local Lego channel. That would be real aces of you.